Well, that's great. Okay. I hope I could be heard for that a little bit. I don't think I could. We're just on board with a lap there with, what's his name? Lex. Sorry about that. That was a long period of silence there. I apologise. Two Mass puts on pole on the softs. Provisional pole, obviously. That's a good lap from him, especially on the soft tyres. A lot of fellas will be wanting to start on the softs, because it'll be an easy one stop onto the mediums that way. Some people might try the one stop on the supers, but it will be harder to pull off. You'll just be struggling really a lot towards the end of that stint on the supers. 4 fellas yet to settle that. Yeah. 6 viewers in the thing now on the stream. Calker's in third on the mediums. I expect these laps to fall much further than they have currently. Surface choosing to start on the mediums, which is odd. So speed still is more medium runners than I would have expected. Thorium is coming around to start a lap now, I think. Let's stay on board with him for this lap. Is he? Seems to be taking a second warm-up lap on the mediums, which is might be a good idea. I wouldn't know. I haven't tried it. Mediums might take a bit longer to get up to temperature. We're going on board Alex Musica here, down towards turn 1 in the Red Bull. With super soft tyres, he should be up there on this softer rubber. Locks up a little on the inside there. It might have been lag, I'm not sure. Up to 4th for this little left kink. A little bit of lag here, it's kind of hard to follow, but we'll roll with it anyways. Just before the 100 here, he brakes very late. He runs a bit wide as a result. But he holds the momentum either way, left and then right and then left again. Very fast section here, it's lovely to drive. It's hard to pick a braking point now, because the only board on your left is far too early. So it can be tricky, that braking zone at times. This one, not as tough as this one though. You'll almost see every time. Locking up an inside left there, just trying to get the nose of the car into the apex and out of the exit. Let's stay on board with Alex here. He locks up an inside left again. It's not going to be an amazing lap. Thorium is about to start a lap. He misses another apex and he almost spins the car. I think it's safe. It's a safe assumption he might have invalidated that. We'll see. We'll go on board with Thorium for his lap. Reigning champion from last year, of course, taking his Force India for the 2nd season in a row. It's only his 2nd full season in SLR for Thorium. His 1st season he took that dominant championship victory last season. See if he can repeat that this season. It's only pre-season. This race serves as a way to sort of get a feel for the pecking order. Also for some of us to find out if there's people in the right tier here. So you can sort out who's in which tier and to try and provide you with the most competitive racing possible. And entertaining, most importantly. Speedster has said that he might be slow this time around. I don't believe it for a second, but we'll see. We'll see how he goes. There's a bit of lag going on. Yeah. That's a particularly laggy looking car from Thorium. He's going sideways on the straight there for a minute. 2 cars yet to set a lap of Milix and Alex Musica. Mystic Man, for some reason, was in the session. Now he's left. Okay. Thorium puts up to 4th on the medium tyres, and he's beaten out by Calkers. A new driver for this season. We're gonna get away from him with that rev glitch. Chupa Thingy in 5th. Surf is a bit further back than I would have thought. It's quite close though. He is only 2/10 down on Thorium. Surface was certainly challenging for wins late last season, but due to the fact that he only joined mid-season, he wasn't able to challenge. He came close. He did have a chance at the championship, but he just didn't have enough races on him. And the dominance of Thorium earlier in the season was much harder to catch up on. He drives in new cars this season as well, I think. Yeah. Speedster was in the McLaren. Surface was in the 2 LR boys are actually teammates, I've only just realised. Running for the same esports team, obviously. So we'll see how that turns out. Let's have a look and see if there's anyone on a lap. This is surface 27.7 on the mediums. That's a good lap. And he jumps thorium. He hasn't quite jumped calkers. Tumas currently on pole with a reasonable lap. I expect some of these fellas to get, especially on the super soft rubber, to easily get into the 26s. Because you know, if tier 2 did it, I'd like to think tier 1 can. But we'll see how it goes. Who knows in the end? I think the whole point of it is that tier 2 is slower, but it would be a bit awkward if tier 1 was slower. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see. I think it's gonna be a good race either way, though. It's like a rainbow here, some of the tire selections, so it could get a bit exciting. And as usual, we hope that it does. Locking up inside left there, 6 Seals. Alright, on board with him into sector 3. On the medium tyres. Oh, he's gone very wide there. He holds it all the same. He carries plenty of speed through there, I'm surprised to see. Going so, missing the apex by a country mile. That should be invalidated. There's a problem if that's not invalidated. Yeah, he's let off. That's invalidated. Yellow flag in sector 3. I imagine that's 6 Seals cutting the track. No, it's not. Can't seem to find out why there's a yellow flag. But most of the grid is in the pits right now. There's only 1, 2, 3 cars out on track. 6 Seals is in the pit lane, so there's only Alex Musica and Lex who is on track right now. It's that transition period where everyone comes in, throws on new tyres, and sort of waits until the end of the session to try and be the last out to be the man to put the lap in when there's the most rubber on the track, the most rubber laid out. Let's see. So we might set the best, yeah. Alex Music is set 27.4 on those soft tyres. The yellow walled softs, that's a pretty good lap on those tyres. Millix is yet to set a lap. We have 4 minutes left in the session. Surely he's got to get some sort of lap in before the end. I'm starting to believe Speedster in his claim that he's going to be very slow, being last of the drivers who have set a lap. He's on the mediums, to be fair. He's going out on the softs now, so we'll see how he does. No racing line allowed in this tier, of course. So he could even still be learning braking points, for all I know. Yeah, I hear some engines firing up in the pit lane now, so we should have a bit of action in these final 4 minutes of qualifying here in pre-season. The beautiful moonlit Bahrain circuit, or more like floodlight lit Bahrain circuit. Yeah. Train coming out of the pit lane now. 6 Seals out, surface out. I think that's Chopate, no. Not sure who went out with him. Is this Lex coming to the end of his lap? It's not how you pronounce that, I'm sorry, but that's how I'm going to pronounce it by. Coming to the final corner now, out onto the curb, down to 4th gear, clip curb. It's nice. Back end's a bit wobbly there, or maybe it's just the lag, but he comes across the line now to set a 27 flat, and he takes pole position on the super soft tyres. And 6 Seals on supers. Oh, who's that off? In sector 2. That is a Force India round. That's the Force India VP Thorium that's gone round. Mystic Man has joined again. I'm not sure whether Mystic Man's racing or not. we could do the numbers, I suppose. So he's welcome. Now let's see what Mr. VP Thorium can do on those soft tyres. He's on an outlap now. His tyres are nice and warm, I'd say, from that spin. So we'll see what sort of lap he sets. I mean, maybe some of these guys have proved me wrong before in terms of their pace, but on soft tyres, I don't know if anyone's going to catch Lex. No, actually, I'm not sure. I have no idea. That's what we're here for. If I could just tell you what was going to happen, then there'd be no point tuning in, would there? So we will see. Thorium gets loose again there in turn 2. R2's retired, so he doesn't have anything left. Kind of gets in the way of Tumas there. We'll stay on board with VP Thorium here. Calkers has left the session for some odd reason. VP Thorium coming through sector 1 now, the fast left right. You gotta be careful of the curve on the outside there. It will toss the car around. It doesn't look that menacing, but it's menacing when you're on top of it. Thorium pulls out of his lap. So that's Thorium out per pole. Surface is looking to put in a lap on the soft tyres here. I'm going to go off board, sorry, because I can't take that incessant screaming of the rev glitch. Lex is retired, R2 is retired, Tumas is on an outlap. Alex Musica is starting a lap on the super soft rubber. Calkers has left session, Speedster is retired, CYP is on an outlap, Thorium is retired also. Surface puts it on pole with a 26.9 on the soft tyres. That is an absolute banger of a lap. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. So Thorium will not be happy to see that. This is the man who gave him a bit of a scare towards the end of last season. A season that looked to be a whitewash from Thorium. And this new fella comes out of nowhere and almost nicks the championship off him, and he's going to be here from Melbourne this time round, and you've got to ask, can he hold them off? Can he hold them off? Speedster, the fellow who said that he hasn't practiced, has qualified P7. So Millix is yet to set a lap. He's on one now. We'll see where he lines up. He's getting onto that dodgy curve there, and he's yep. That's what that curve can do to you. Just tosses the car. So Millix will start from the back of the grid. Surface looks to be on another lap here. Alex Musica on pole with the 26.4 on the soft tyres. I did not see that. I wasn't looking at that. I wasn't expecting that. So that's a very good lap from Alex Musica. It's looking to me, though. Oh, Surface is 4/10 up, and he nearly gets him. Oh, he's less than a tenth off pole. His Surface, but he's on the preferred tyre, I imagine, for the one-stop strategy. So Surface is on prime position for this race, but Tumas is coming through the sector 3 now. It's not the best exit out of that second to last corner there. He's the last man to set a lap. He's coming around the final corner now. Where's he gonna be? Powering down the straight up into 5th. Oh no, he's well, that's a bit disappointing. So that will be your grid then for the start of the pre-season race and the start of season 5 of SLR F1. I am excited. I hope you are too. 2 comments. Let me have a look to see what they're about. I'll run through the grid with you first. The Swede Alex Musica takes pole position on the soft tyres for Red Bull. Surface in 2nd, Lex in 3rd. Six Seals takes 4th place. On the 3rd row of the grid, you've got 2 fins of CYP and R2. On the 4th row of the grid, you've got 2 more fins of Tumas and Calkers. Speedster and Thorium, 2 of the faster fellas you would have thought in this tier, back 5 rows from the front. So we'll see how that goes. And you have Millix and another fella that I didn't see, I apologise, at the back of the grid. I'm just going to have a look at the comments now as we start our formation lap. Let's see. Yeah. I'm being asked to invite Dark Shark and Calkers, but I'm unable to. It's not giving me the option. One of the drivers might be able to do it, but it's a shame for Calkers, and yeah, as they pull away for the formation lap. So I'm being told we're missing 2 drivers. I would invite them if I could, but I have no option to, unfortunately. But we start the race nonetheless. Mystic Man joins us in, or does he? Maybe he doesn't. I think he's left again. Thingy was that other fella that I missed. Apologies. Real Willman in the chat looking for VP Torium to have a good result today. I think he'll be hoping the same. This is a worrying sign for him, I imagine. Maybe it was just a small mistake in qualifying that landed him 10th on the grid. He won't be very used to seeing so many cars in front of him on the formation lap. And speed's to the same. They're on harder are they on harder tires? Let me have a look. They're on similar tires to the fellas ahead of them. There's only 3 cars on the super soft tire this time round. Alex Musica rolls around the final corner. This is where nerves and tension starts to build in now. You roll up to the grid for the start of the race. They're all bunching up now, doing a bit of weaving, try and hold that temperature that they built up this lap. As they're all rolling up to the grid now. Okay, the lights come on. And away they go for the start. Away they go. Away they go. Away they go for the start of the preseason race here in Bahrain. Alex Musica gets a good start. Lex is up into second. Surface has got the inside line. Oh, it's very close. Surface almost loses his front wing to 6 Seals, who's up to 3rd on lap 1, as well as Lex. Surface had a terrible start. He's onto the gravel and he's going to stay in the race, but he's onto the gravel and he's losing positions. I think that might be lag. There's a lot of lag here. There's a lot of lag, but Alex Music is taking a storm of a lead. Surface is in 3rd. 6 Seals had a reasonable start. He's on. Oh, he's made the move on Surface here. Very close. The Mercedes might go down the inside here. No, 6 Seals holds the position at the hairpin. Millix and R2 alongside. Millix has a great start from last on the grid. There's going to be some moves down here. Might be a move here by Millix on Tumas. Down the inside. It's a very dangerous move down here. Tumas holds it around the outside. So Alex Music coming to the end of lap 1. Alex Music leads from Lex 6 Seals. Surface, who had a terrible start from the front row of the grid. CYP, Tumas, Millix, R2, VP Torium, who's gotten past Speedster up into 9th place, and Chupathingy in 11th. Oh, CYP. Milik's around the outside of 2 Mass. There might be wing damage there. 2 Mass is going to be right in his toe here, and he pulls to the outside. 2 Mass to the outside. Milik holds the inside line at turn 3. You might have a look into the hairpin here. As Lex is closing, this is right up the exhaust of Alex Musica through sector 2, coming into sector 3 now. He's going to stay in the toe, try to close the gap a small bit. He's got to stay with him through this sector now, and he might have a look down the back straight, or even down onto the straight, the final straight of this lap. Anything else going on down the field? They're all still quite close together, apart from the 2-second gap between Six Seals and Lex. The front two are starting to pull away a little bit now. But really from third right the way back to 9th, it's a train. It really is a train. It's great to see such close racing. As Lex got damage, I saw a bit of front wing flying there. I don't know whose it was. I don't think it's Lex who's got the fastest lap. It could be Lex's front wing, I'm not sure. He might have a look down the inside here. He nearly runs into the back of him. He does, it is. So it's Lex who got front wing damage. I imagine off the back of Alex Musica, SLR Surface and CYP are tussling a small bit. CYP might have a look here down towards turn 3, down the inside. Late on the brakes. No, he's not. No. He's too smart for that, I think. He stays under his rear wing. Anything else going on? Alex Musica locks up and goes a bit wide. This might give Lex a chance to close in a little bit. Six Seals has closed the gap to the front 2 to a second, 1.2 seconds. As you look from the rearward camera, Six Seals has got a horde behind him, wanting that third position, but he's not going to let it go easily. I don't think a Surface has DRS. Surface needs to start making moves past Six Seals now if he wants to go for the win, or even second or third. Because I imagine he's almost holding them up now. He will be in the next few laps either way, because them super softs will melt fast, which could be pivotal in this race really, when the super soft fellas decide to pit, and if they stay out too long and start struggling and losing time. If they stay out too long, then that could be a decent result for them. Gone. Could have seen a move here from Milik on CYP. Milik's an absolute cracker of a start. He's cleared half the field from last on the grid. There's a bit of lag here. There's a good bit of lag here. There's a other place. This might be me. This might be someone else. There's Milik down the inside of CYP. You turn 1. CYP stays ahead through the. I'm getting away from that because red glitch. As Tumas is going to get in on this party down towards turn 3. Go. This could end badly. Milik holds it right around the outside into sector 2 now. Let's see what the order stays the same, I believe. As CYP gets 3-second time trial, he really did jump that curb there, and he's gone wide as a result. Down to this tricky braking zone now. Who's this very close together? Surface. So Alex Music has pulled away 2 seconds on Lex. And so as a result, we've got a train from 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Oh, was that Six Seal sideways? And Surface might have a look around the outside here. The very long right-hander. Is he going to make it work? Six Seals on the inside. He doesn't give him much space at all. Six Seals on the inside. Surface will hold it around the outside. He's off the track. Six Seals here on the inside. Surface should get the position here. Six Seals goes for it. He'll be very optimistic. He's going to stick his nose in. This is risky. He should leave it until the straight, and he's going to get in the toe here for the straight. And Lex dives into the pits. It's very early into the pits from Lex, but Six Seals here on Surface down towards turn 1. He pulls to the inside, and Milik does the same on CYP. Milik's down the inside. Surface goes wide, and Six Seals holds third, goes up to 2nd. Milik's up to 3rd. CYP up to 4th. As Surface is going backwards again. And Milik's going to have it go for 2nd. He's going for 2nd, starting from last and fighting for 2nd place on lap 5. What a start from this man. Six Seals is struggling on us. That's super soft rubber. And Millix dives down the inside. He's going to run a bit wide here. Oh, his contact! CYP! Front wing, he spun Six Seals around and he was fighting for that position with all he's had. And he's... Yeah, I think CYP's gone for a dive there and just... He bit off a bit more than he can chew. Force India, VP Thorium up the inside of R2. Down at turn 10. And VP Thorium is right on the back of Surface. Oh, no, maybe not right on the back. He's behind Surface. Alex Musica is really extending his lead now, which will be worrying them. I think Lex pitted very early. I think he'll be going for a two-stop, I imagine, if he's gone onto the soft rubber. So yes, Surface here is going to have a look at CYP down the back straight. Anyone else having a look? R2 is going to have a look at Thorium. Down the back straight we go. Surface with DRS. CYP to the inside, Surface to the outside. Thorium to the inside, R2 to the outside. CYP down the inside of Surface. He gets the move done. Thorium around the outside of R2. And R2 holds onto the position. Surface is a bit back from CYP and Thorium is a bit back from R2, unfortunately, but Speedster is trying to get in on this party as well. We've got some great battles here. Millix is pulling out a bit of a gap to CYP. He's going to go after Alex Musica now. He's probably going to be on the faster tyres now for these next few laps, which will give him a good opportunity to close down that gap. As Surface here on the outside, down towards turn 10, he might switch to the inside here. No, he stays to the outside and looks for the exit down the back straight. And a bit of wheel spin on the exit. He's got DRS. He's going to put it up into high ERS mode. He's going to stay in the toe. He's going to stay in the toe. He might make a move here. No, it's going to be too risky, and he's going to hold back until the next straight. As CYP gets a bit loose on the exit, and this might be his opportunity, Surface, to go around the outside. They come together. There's contact, and Surface is pushed off the track yet again. R2 snuck up the inside of the both of them. We're two by two here, down towards the final corner of the lap. Thorium has a grandstand view of all this. CYP, R2 and Surface, nose and tail, these four drivers. Oh, CYP nearly gets spun by Thorium. Down towards turn 1 here. Who's going to come out on top? Surface to the inside. CYP behind. Oh! Thorium's gone through the whole pack. R2 loses out. He's back in 6th. Thorium up to 4th. CYP back to 5th. Surface holds 3rd. He might have a look down towards turn 3 here. He might. He won't. CYP is going to try to go around the outside of Thorium. R2 might take advantage. And Speed's just getting in on this as well. We've got a 5-way battle for third for the podium position here. This is great battling here in SLR. This is some crazy racing. Whew! Surface leads with last season's champion right under his rear wing. Got R2 here with DRS. I don't know, pretty much everyone's got DRS on Surface at this point. R2 has got the inside line on CYP. He's going to lose out a small bit. I think he's going to have to wait for the next straight. And Surface up ahead as well. Might have to defend. Thorium goes a little bit wide. He might get a warning for that. You've got 3x3 here. I'm going to look at the 3x3 battle. R2 to the outside. Speedster might go down the inside of both of them here. Thorium on the inside up ahead. Speedster down the inside of both of them. Is he going to get the double overtake? R2 holds it around the outside. It might only be a single one, but he'll have a look down towards turn 1 here. Who's that round? That's Surface round! Surface round at turn 3. That's a massive incident. Thorium is up 2nd from 10th on the grid as Speedster goes down the outside. I'm running out of words here. I'm struggling to breathe, but we'll keep going. Thorium up to 2nd. Disaster for Surface. Spinning, I imagine he has front wing damage. I can't see how he wouldn't. Thingy up to 6th as a result of that incident. Alex Musica has pitted in the meantime, which promotes Millix up to 1st position. He won't be pitting for a while yet, and Thorium will be going the longest of the top 5. Alex Music will be looking to build up that lead again, or get that lead back, as Speedster is on the inside of R2, coming down towards this very fast right-hander. CYP might try to get in on the action. Surface Speedster's pushed wide, and CYP gets the better off. They might need to have a look at that, as Speedster's getting very punchy with R2 coming through that very fast right-hander. It's a very dangerous place to be tapping each other there, lads. R2 might have a look at CYP here. The Surface gets a penalty. It's just not gone in his lap, really. R2 might have a look here, just as Speedster might have a look as well. He seems a bit further back though, so we'll have a look here down towards turn 1. R2 closing right in under the rear wing and pulls out. He's got DRS, he's at the inside line. Should have the move done unless CYP decides to skip to the inside again. He'll try to go for the exit here. He might have gotten a bit of damage on the front wing there. We will see in a minute. As Speedster into the pits. A bit of an early pit stop from Speedster there. He might be going for the undercut on someone, and Surface is held up in the pits as a result. That's not good. That's not good at all. CYP is staying behind R2 here. Milix is building up a bit of a gap to Thorium. So Sig Seals has jumped the 2 LR fellas, the 2 Ferraris. So there's a bit of a disaster there. I'm not sure why Speedster pits so early. I'm not sure. And as a result of that, he's held up his teammate in the pits. So Surface, starting on the front row, has just had an absolute nightmare. Unfortunately for him, we had some great battling there those few laps though, and we got Chopper Thingy closing in on CYP as R2 is starting to pull away a bit. He might be saving them tyres a little bit better than CYP has been. Meanwhile, Lex is less than a second up to 2 mass. Chopper Thingy closing in on CYP. He moves to the inside, maybe to put him off a small bit. Oh, CYP loses. He doesn't have as much grip as he would like through that corner. There might have been a bit of damage to Chopper Thingy's front wing there. I'm not 100% sure. He's got DRS. He's in overtake mode, and he comes down towards turn 1 now. Pulls to the inside, the Renault. CYP on the outside. Chopper Thingy big left lock up. And he goes a small bit deep, and CYP won't threaten him though, because he's got a lot of wheel spin on the exit. Soft fellas seem to be struggling on the tyres right now. Some of them do, some of them don't. I'm not sure. As 2mas is still ahead of Lex. Yeah. So I got a little bit of calm after the storm now, because that was quite a hectic few laps. CYP is falling back a small bit from Chopper Thingy, who I imagine is he's on mediums, so his tyres would be slightly better at this point. So we'll keep an eye on these two, as Lex has a big lockup and 2mas misses the apex a small bit. He's on 5 lap old super softs, which is a bit interesting. I'm not sure what tyre he started on. I think it was softs, so he must have had an instant to pit so early and to put on the super softs as well. I'd have gone for the mediums myself, and maybe on supers at the end when the car is lighter. As Lex here is closing in on 2mas, coming around the final corner. 2mas gets a bit wobbly on the exit. Those super softs will be getting a bit dodgy at this point, as Thorium picks up 3-second time penalty. Lex closes in on 2mas, pulls to the inside. He's only in ERS mode 1 here. 2mas stays on the white line on the left. Lex tries to prevent the switch back, but goes deep either way. And 2mas might have the exit here, as Lex has a bit rear end is wobbling all over the place there. 2mas to the inside, turn 3. How's this gonna go? 2mas down the inside. Oh, and Lex is gonna get the switch back here, down towards this corner. This will be dangerous. He gets the inside line, and 2mas will be looking to have a look here, down into the hairpin. Oh, as Lex gets up on the dodgy curb, nearly hits the back of him, does 2mas. He gets a slightly better exit, but a bit of wheel spin all the same. If he gets a good exit here, he might be able to have another look down towards the next corner. He nearly gets the back of him again. He needs to be careful on the brakes here, especially on these old tyres. He's got DRS. I think he's a bit too far back. That he is. Now we have a few more comments than when I last checked, so I'm going to have a look at that right now. But first we'll have to keep an eye on this battle between Lex and Tumas. Lex goes to the inside, there's a little bit of space on the inside there if Tumas is feeling lucky. He's not, he pulls to the outside, braking just as the curb starts. You can have a look around the outside here. Lex holds the outside line and Tumas gets the position, but will Lex challenge him down towards turn 3. He's in the slipstream. He's in mode 1 though in terms of ERS, and I can't see him having a look here, and Tumas gets the position. 6th place for Tumas. It's well done from him. Now, super soft runners. I'm not sure how long the super softs can go as Speedster 6 Seals. Speedster is closing in on 6 Seals. Quite close behind as it stands. He should close in through this sector as well. Oh, sorry, Lex is very close to Tumas here. Coming through sector 3. R2 pits onto the medium tyres. He might come out. No, he won't. Tumas to the inside, Lex to the outside. These two are gonna keep on battling as Lex goes for the switchback, but he goes a little bit deep for that. And Tumas will hold the position, but for how long? There's a lot of lag. Lex will try to go late on the brakes, but he can't go late enough on the brakes. Speedster is making a move on 6 Seals here. He's got the inside line through the left kink of turn 2. Pushes 6 Seals off the track slightly, and in return, 6 Seals gives him a little nudge as well. Speedster to the outside, return 3, brakes a lot later. 6 Seals doesn't give him a whole lot of space. He's going to have a look around the outside here. Sticks his nose in. That's very dangerous. 6 Seals cuts, nearly takes the front wing off of Speedster. And Speedster will not be happy. This is not where he belongs, back in fighting for 8th place. So I want to get it done fast, but 6 Seals is not a man who likes getting past either. I've learned that the hard way. There's a bit of a lock up there into turn 10. I believe that's turn 10. Feel free to correct me in the comments. You smart arses. Legs down towards the final corner now. Tumas is going quite as wide as the rules allow him to get the best exit out here. He knows he's under threat on 8 lap old super softs from Lex. Them 8 lap, them super softs will be dying. He stays out. He needs to be pitting this lap in reality, because those super softs will be dying. As Lex flies by, and there's no competition there really. He's a car length ahead before the corner. But Will Speeds to have a look here on 6 Seals down towards turn 1. He's in the tow, he's in overtake mode. 6 Seals makes a very late move to the inside. Speeds to jinx to the left. Lock up from 6 Seals, he's pushed him wide. Oh, he's pushed him off the track. And that's some questionable defending from 6 Seals there, and Speedster will most likely have words with him about that after the race. Millix has pitted for the medium tyres, and as a result come out in front of his Haas teammate Lex and the Renault of Tumas. So we could have a bit of a battle on here as Millix is trying to warm up his very cold mediums, and Lex on his very warm soft tyres. So it should close in on him here in the following corners, but then again Lex's tyres would be quite worn by now. Tumas is falling back, or he should be at least. He needs to pit this lap on those 9 lap old. He has a bit of a wobble there. He really does need to be pitting. He's done well to take them this far, those super soft tyres, but there's a reason he's the last man on them. The they must be on 70-80% by now. They're dying. So I expect to see 2 mass going to the pits here. Thorium has pitted for, I'm not sure what yet. Triple Thingy takes the lead. Yeah, take a screenshot of that. You won't see that very often. Alex Musica, I think. Yeah, Triple Thingy hasn't pitted yet. So that means Alex Musica as the net lead of the race. As 2 mass pits for the soft tyres as expected. Is that Thorium on the soft tyres? He should take them to the end of the race. Lex here doesn't have a look at Millix. Thorium comes out ahead of R2, and Sig Seals and Speedster here are tussling yet again. Here down towards turn 3, Sig Seals to the inside once more. Speedster's gonna have a look down the inside. That's Sig Seals is in the wall. Oh, he's not. Sig Seals is not on the wall. That, I'm sorry, but that is unfair defending from Speedster. I believe you should get a penalty for that. You moved twice, I think. But who am I to judge? Go to the stewards for that. That's not my job. I think he made a very late move there, 6 Seals, but Speedster will be livid. Coming down to the corner, the final corner, not the final corner. Turn 10 here, the tricky corner, not the final one. Yes, Speedster will be absolutely livid in that car. He's driving with anger, which is dangerous now, I imagine. 6 Seals has been known to be quite an aggressive defender, and often, on this occasion, may be unfair, but who knows. Speedster's, oh Jesus, he's touched the gravel there, and he's got a 3-second time penalty. I can see he's not driving with composure, he's driving with anger right now, as Lex is closing in on Millix here, which is very well done from him on the older tyres. He's staying with his Haas teammate, I imagine, with DRS. Thorium is behind these two, closing in on the softer, fresher tyres. Triple Thingy is yet to pit. Those mediums could. He might be trying to extend the medium stint out and jump onto some supers right near the end, which isn't an all-around very bad idea, as Speedster finally gets that move done on 6 Seals. I'm happy to say. He's lost him a lot of time though, I imagine. We'll see what happens with that. Alex Musica picks up a penalty. Triple Thingy, Triple Thingy's lost position to Alex Musica, who's on much faster tyres at the moment. Thorium was right in the back of Lex, coming down towards the final corner now, in the Force India. He's going to pull wide here, he's going to look for the exit, he's trying to stay under his rear wing but not get any rear wing damage at the same time. Lex to the inside, he's going to fake going into the pits. No, he's actually going into the pits. So Thorium takes 4th position from 10th on the grid. So a good drive from him so far, but he's still not where he'd like to be. R2 jumps Lex in the pits. Who else will jump? Speedster might jump Lex in the pits as well. It might be close actually. I don't think it will be. No, it won't be. He might get out ahead of CYP though. He will just about get out ahead of CYP. He goes deep though, and CYP will look for the exit. His mediums will be well warmed up by now, so he'll be looking for a bit of a battle here with Lex. Down towards turn 3, I think he's a bit too far back. He might go for the move yet though. He goes late on the brakes and nearly hits the back of him. 2 Mass will be looking to have a look at this as well. He's on similar tyres. Six Seals is braking later than him here, but he's not going for the exit, as 6 Seals really is losing grip on those tyres now. It just shows the pace difference. He's gained 2 seconds on 6 Seals in that lap alone since he passed him. So you can see how much he might have been holding him up. As CYP and Lex have DRS here, and 2 Mass. So we could have another 4-way battle coming here, and 6 Seals could get swallowed up here and get thrown back as far as 10th. We'll see what happens. Thorium has overtaken Millix for 2nd place. Millix must have made a mistake there because he was almost 6 seconds out ahead. As Triple Thingy pits. Millix down the inside of Thorium. R2 jumps Chupathingy in the pits. Milik's down towards turn 3, is in the toe of Thorium. He picks up a 3-second time penalty if you're going wide on the exit of turn 3. Sig Seals is going backwards. He's pit. So they might have a look here. The Renault and the Mercedes and the Haas down towards turn 1. They're all going to stay on their order for now. Milik has lost a bit of time to Thorium. I think he's gained that position by now. He gets second place. Alex Musica is somewhat running away from running away with this. He's going to have to pit again unless he wants to drive on dead tyres for the last few laps, which is never very appealing to anyone. If he does pit, I imagine he'll jump onto some super softs, which would mean he would be about the fastest car on the track for the last few laps. So depending on where he comes out, we could have some last lap battles here between Alex Musica and Thorium. But 6 seconds, so that's a lot of time for Alex Musica to gain if he does pit again. There's a bit of a battle going on here, as expected, between CYP and Tumas. I think Tumas tried to make a move there, but didn't quite pull it off. Thorium sets the fastest lap of the race on the soft tyres. Tumas has a bit of a wobble there through the very fast right-hander. Through the second to last corner now and down towards the last corner now. Lex is closing in on Speedster. CYP is closing in on Lex, and Tumas is closing in on CYP. So we could have a bit of a battle here down towards turn 1 between Speedster and Lex. Lex goes to the inside, late on the brakes, and he might have got him there. Tumas at the same time on the inside of CYP. CYP will go for the switchback. Speedster loses the position to Lex. CYP loses the position to Tumas. Tumas picks up a 3-second time penalty. CYP might look to the inside here at turn 3. No, he doesn't, but Tumas runs slightly wide. CYP will look for a bit of traction on the exit, but he doesn't quite have it. He's close here, down towards the hairpin. If he's cheeky, he'll have a look. I don't think he did. It's hard to know with all of this lag and stuttering. Code masters. So there's a nice little train here. Been a bit of position swapping. Lex is taking taking 6th place. Speedster in 7th. Tumas 8th. CYP 9th. Alex Musica currently leads, and Thorium is reeling him in. He's gained a 1.5 in the past lap or 2. I'm not sure exactly, but in the meantime, Milik is right behind him. As Tumas jumps, Speedster, and CYP runs into the back of him. So Lex is starting to pull away from this pack a small bit now. But CYP, Speedster and Tumas here are having a bit of a battle down towards turn 1. Speedster with DRS, CYP with DRS, CYP to the inside. Speedster stays behind Tumas. He'll go for the exit here though, on more traction. He does have older mediums on. He'll be looking to, I don't know if he'll be going to the end on them, but we will see. Down towards turn 3. No move is made. Surface is just trying to recover a race. Sig Seals lost a lot of time on those mediums, battling battles that were inevitable. He was inevitably going to lose on such old tyres compared to Speedster. Speedster runs a small bit wide here, and he slows down CYP in the process. But Speedster will go to the inside. Whoa, that's some closing speed there from CYP. Put it right up to max ERS mode. I didn't expect him to close in that quickly, and he's got the position on Speedster. And Lex is pulling away from Tumas now as Alex into the pits. It's quality lap time for this lad now. He's got to throw them super softs on. He's got to go like the clappers for the last few laps to see what he can pick up. As he loses the position to R2. Is he going to lose it? He is. He's lost the position to R2. Will he lose it to Chupathingy? I don't think he will. He won't. So he has 4th position now. He's 9 seconds behind R2. He's got to close that in before lap 29. Lex is past Chupathingy. He's got some serious pace as Lex, and he might even catch Alex Musica at this point. I doubt it because he's on so much softer tyres. Is Alex Musica? So Chupathingy is behind. Speedster is behind, close behind CYP. Not close enough for a move though, as of yet. Surface is going to the end. Speedster is going to the end. CYP is going to the end. Chupathingy, 2 Mouse, Lex, Alex Musica, R2 Milix, Thorium. Everyone's going to the end. So it's race time now. Let's see who comes out on top. I have a feeling it's going to be Thorium, just a sneaking feeling. If he gets the win from 10th, then I take back all of the stuff I said about him in qualifying, because I was thinking he was looking a bit silly qualifying in 10th. And now he's leading the race with 8 laps to go, with a 2.5 second lead. So yeah, it's funny how things turn out. Surface is closing in on his Ferrari teammate, I almost believe. Yeah. Speeds picks up a penalty. Let's have a look at penalties. Or actually, we'll wait until and see if there's a bit of a Ferrari battle going on here. I don't think there will be. Maybe there will be. On board with Speeds and our Surface now. He's sitting third because he doesn't have enough ERS to jump up to. Speeds touches the grass, trying to keep it on the one line on the left. I think Speeds is go down the inside on this Ferrari teammate. And Speedster might look for the exit here. There's no team orders down at Ferrari, and we're going to have a look here down towards turn 3. Surface keeps as close to the left side of the track as he can to try and make sure he takes it as quick as possible, and loses the back end a small bit on the exit, but I think he's got the position on his teammate there. As for these two LR boys, it's not been the best day. Surface could have had a good result without that spin. I don't know whether he was spun by someone or whether he just lost the car. I missed it, unfortunately. Milix is maintaining the gap for Thorium, but he'd rather be closing in. R2, Alex Musica is close 3 seconds in on R2 in the past lap. So it mightn't quite be over for Alex Musica yet. There's a podium still on the cards for him. Qualifying on the super soft, so really did cost him, because as you can see, qualifying on the harder tyres really has helped these top 3. Especially Milix, who qualified last. So yeah, and Thorium in 10th. Alex Music that's the fastest lap of the race with a 1:28.7. That is a very fast lap for the race. As Tumas here is right on the back of his Renault teammate Chupathingy. He has moved on, I think, and considering their teammates, I imagine Chupathingy will let him go. He has the ability to battle him though, because Tumas is on 3 lap older tyres. For 5 laps to go in this Bahrain Grand Prix. That's been a great race so far. We'll see how it ends up once they cross the line for the final time in 5 laps time. As Alex Musica is down to 4.9 seconds to R2 now. This will be the ones to watch to see whether R2 is caught by Alex Musica yet by the end of the race. As Tumas is pulling away from his teammate a small bit. As Alex Musica picks up a time penalty. Let me check penalties. So Thorium has 1 penalty. Milix has a penalty. R2 has no penalties. Alex Musica has 3 penalties, so that's 9 seconds he's going to lose at the end of this race. R2 is going to lose nothing if he keeps up like this, but he still won't be able to get Milix. So at this point, Alex needs to get moving, because if Lex is within 9 seconds of him when we cross the line on lap 29, he'll lose 4th place. After qualifying on pole, he'll be quite disappointed with that. He gets another penalty, so he's lost 4th position at this point, unless Lex picks up 7 penalties in the final few laps. I'm not sure what happened there. He went very wide. Speed has dropped down again. He's had to pit. He's going for fastest lap. He's given up on his race. He's going for fastest lap. So we'll see how that turns out. Sig Seals is jumped up to 10th. Alex Music is now 4.2 seconds. 3 seconds. Excuse me. Behind R2. As he runs very wide there. He's struggling. Is Alex Music. He seems to be pushing a little bit too hard and running wide and getting penalties. Yellow flag in sector 2. Who is it? It's Sig Seals in the wall. Oh, there'll be a... I hope these two don't have another incident. Sig Seals to the inside again. He's battling like his life depends on it for 10th place. But on much faster tyres and what I believe is a faster driver. Speedster gets past. I guess 3-second time penalty for a corner coin. Alex Musica 3 seconds back from R2. He's closing 6 seconds in the past 4 laps. So as he might get another penalty there. It won't really matter for Alex Musica. He's done well these last few laps, in fairness to him, but he's just got too many penalties, unfortunately. And yeah. Let me see. He might even go down to 6th or 7th. He's got 12 seconds of penalties. That's a lot of penalties. Let me have a look and see what Tumas got. Tumas has got 1 penalty. And Chopathingi has got none. So the big people who could make gains here is Lex and Chopathingi, because they got no penalties. And the people around them do. As it stands, Chopathingi will jump his teammate. As it stands, Lex jumps Alex. Alex could drop down as far as 6th or 7th, as I have said. Doesn't look like there'll be any more major battles unless someone feels like making it a bit more spicy watching, viewing, trying to shake it up a little bit. It is only pre-season, but it's a promising insight into how this season's going to end up. There's a lot of fellas in here, but as after qualifying, I can't say I expected Speedster does get the fastest lap. After qualifying, I thought he was away today. I thought he was off with the fairies today, to be honest, after qualifying 10th in qualifying, but he's proved me wrong here, and he's gone and gained 9 positions and leads the race now, going on to the 27th lap here in Bahrain. Alex Musica runs wide again. He's all over the track here. He's giving it all he's got to get after R2. I don't think he realises, though, even if he does catch him, he's not going to get the podium because he's got too many penalties. I can imagine him being very disappointed in chat, realising that. Someone's sliding. Your tires squealing. Another penalty for Alex Musica. Alex Musica, 1.2 seconds back. He's less than a second back. He's in DRS range with 2 laps to go. Well, a lap and a half almost at this point. R2 will be bricking it, I imagine, but he doesn't. I doubt either of them realise R2's got it in the bag, because he's got 1 penalty. I know Alex Musica's got like 5. R2 has got none. So yeah, Alex Musica, he can celebrate all he wants about getting across the line on the podium, but he'll be very disappointed when he drops down to 4th or 5th or 6th or 7th, maybe even immediately afterwards. So yeah. I think that sig seal's off. Next Musica runs wide once again. Not sure what's going through his head now, to be honest. Did well in qualifying to get pole, but then again he was on softer tyres than most of the... Oh, he's sideways through turn 2. Lovely style points there for Mr. Alex Musica, but the podium will not be his today. I'm sorry to say. Chopathingi is closing in on CYP. He's right, he's battling and never mind closing in. CYP, I think, was behind, and he's made the move on Chopathingi now. I think. He might be defending, I'm not sure. Don't quote me. I can't see him being attacking because he's on extremely old mediums and Chopathingi's on newer, soft tyres. Ahead is the Renault teammate of Tumas. CYP goes wide, back end sticks out a little bit, he holds it together, accelerates down towards turn 10, turn 9 and 10 now. Chopathingi locks up an inside left. CYP looks much more stable, but that back end does not look stable on either cars coming out of that corner. They're giving it all they've got here on the final lap of the race here in Sakir. Chopathingi locks up an inside left again. Oh, CYP round! CYP round! He's clipped the curve and Chopathingi has got 7th place right at death. Alex Musica's retired. He's binned it in the last corner. Going wide once again, I imagine. That's embarrassing. CYP will come home. And sorry, I've missed it. VP Torium, your season 4 champion, has started the season as he ended the last one. He's won the race by 5 seconds. Milix Junior's in 2nd place. Fair play to that lad for pulling off such a drive from, I think it was after not setting a quali lap. R2 in 3rd, Lex the new dude, Milix is new to the league as well. Lex new to the league and a great start. 4th position, Tumas on his return. I think he was here for Brazil, ended last season, but this is kind of his proper return. Start of this season, 5th position, just ahead of his teammate Chopathingi. CYP in the Mercedes only gets 7th. He could have had 6th if he didn't decide to reenact Strictly Come Dancing F1 edition on the final lap of the race. I'm not sure, was it Speedster behind? It was someone behind him. The 2 Ferraris have had a bit of a mare. Surface spinning and Speedster getting not having a great qualifying and then making a mistake. But your season 4 champion stands on the top step of the podium for the first time in season 5. And I can't help but imagine that they're standing up there many more times this season. We'll see. And your podium drivers today. Final classifications then for this race. So VP Torium wins the race. Milix Jr., the German, in 2nd. R2, Lex Tumas Choppa, CYP, Surface, Speedster. Alex Musico binned on 21 seconds of penalties, even if he didn't crash. And 6 seals. Round off your classifications today. That has been Tier 1 pre-season race. We're off to Melbourne next week for the start of the season, round 1, and I hope to see you here at the same time next week. Stick around, be sure to tune in, same channel in about, let me check the time, in approximately 33 minutes for the A1 race. It's our assist league, where we send drivers who use assists. So it should be an exciting ride, Justin. So thank you for coming along today. I hope you enjoyed the race. I certainly did. Come back again next week for some more Tier 1 action. Thank you and goodbye.